You ever feel like you are just don't have it inside of you to do anything? You ever feel disconnected from the people around you? Do you ever feel like you don't know why, but you have so many negative emotions you don't know what to do with? Well, I'm going to give you some insight that may help you understand what is going on inside of you. So, in prayer this morning, I heard the Lord tell me that there are 7 things that could be happening that make you feel like your heart is empty. The very first thing is poor eating, and that is not just physically, but that's spiritually. Eating is important. What we take in is important. What we listen to, what we focus on or meditate on, and then what we consume internally, the things that we put in our mouth to digest for food, those things are all very vital. And when we have poor eating habits, when we take in the wrong things, we take in all of the things that are happening in the world, it really is a detriment to our heart. It makes us feel as if there is no hope because we're taking in every single opinion of all these different types of people from all different walks of life. And we do not understand the source of where they're getting their information from or what the intention behind what they're sharing is. And so we're taking it as face value and we're consuming all of this, and it's creating this negative storm within us. And it affects our minds, and then it gets deep into our hearts. And it makes us feel like we're worthless, like we're nothing, like there's nothing there. So if you're experiencing that, that might be something that you want to look out for. Hi, my name is Brittany, and welcome to the Natural Healthcare Company's Wellness Channel. We are here to educate, inspire, and connect. So glad you joined us. Today we're talking about 7 features of an empty heart. The second is unforgiveness. Now, this is a huge one. You know, unforgiveness even prevents our prayers to God from getting through. It says in many chapters in the New Testament, especially in the Gospels, Jesus talked about this a lot. When you are coming to pray, make sure that you go and reconcile, forgive with someone that you have an offense with. Forgive them. Talk to them about it. It says even rebuke them or correct them. Let them know how they hurt you, so that when you go and pray, because you're expecting your Heavenly Father to forgive you, He will forgive you when you forgive. So just as we've been forgiven, God expects for us to forgive as well. We have a responsibility, and we have to take that seriously. Otherwise, that is a major thing that'll keep our hearts in an empty place, because where unforgiveness is, nothing can enter in, and most of the time, nothing is going out. So even if we're loving on someone else, trying to forget about the hurt that we've caused, most of the time, that hurt is causing a filter for the love to get through. It has to work through pain, hurt, disappointment, confusion, doubt. It has to work through those things. And therefore, we're giving a tainted love instead of the pure love of God. And we know that God is love. So I encourage you, let's heed the words of Jesus and forgive. Let them know what they did wrong, but still forgive them, just as the Heavenly Father forgives you. The third thing is not eating enough fruit. Fruit is vital for maintaining our weight, right? When we eat fruit, it helps us to eliminate the things that are inside of us, the things that shouldn't stay there. When we digest food, everything should come out because it has deposited the nutrients and its task is done. It should never be hanging out in our bellies, in our guts, in our digestive system, anywhere. It should be eliminated. When we eat those fruits, it's low in calories. So if you're hungry, you can eat those fruits knowing that you're not going to be taking in a lot of calories from those fruits. And it lowers your blood pressure. So when you eat low in calories, this grapefruit is also helping you to maintain your weight, which is helping you to keep your blood pressure down. So I encourage us, let's eat some fruit. The fourth one is bitterness. Now, this stems from the unforgiveness. This bitterness seeps into our heart over time, just like that filter I talked about. When you're trying to love somebody, but you've been hurt, that filter a lot of times turns into bitterness, where you're not even able to truly give love anymore because your heart is blocked up, usually from unforgiveness. When we address it, if we don't address it, it turns into a root of bitterness. This is something that goes deep. That means this bitterness that we have, this unforgiveness, this thing that we had a conflict about with someone that we never let go of, we never got resolution, we never addressed it, we never confronted it, nothing. It stays there and then it starts to grow roots. Just like right now, my son wants to make a lemon plant. And so we had to soak the lemon seeds and then put it in a paper towel. We need to put it in a dark place so that it can sprout. And it's in that dark place, it has all that humidity, and the root actually comes out, and that's the beginning of a lemon tree. How cool is that? Bitterness acts the same way. It's in that dark place, it's hidden, it's covered up. Nobody sees it. We sometimes even forget that it's there. But the whole time it's growing roots, because the things that happen in our life remind us of that thing that happened to us, or that person that hurt us. And that bitterness is growing roots, and it's getting deeper and deeper. It is actually taking over our heart, making our heart empty. Once again, just like unforgiveness, it prevents anything from coming in, so you can't receive love and you can't give love. So I encourage us to not let that root of bitterness grow. Again, address it, confront it, rebuke the person, let them know what you did to me was wrong. I didn't like that. It hurt me. It did this, it did that to me. Let them know so that they can reconcile, but you're not basing your letting go of bitterness on their acceptance of what they did. It's for you to let it off of your chest so that you can walk away from that situation and not have the bitterness anymore. And again, tip number 2, forgive the person. So the next one, not enough vegetables. Now, just like fruits, vegetables also have that fiber that helps us to then eliminate waste. It is essential for food to, just like a train passes through a stop, it needs to pass through our bodies, dropping off its goods, dropping off the passengers, which are those nutrients, those antioxidants, those things that are good for us, those minerals, and deposit those things in our bodies. And that train's supposed to keep moving through our digestive system and out of us. Vegetables definitely help that process. How many of y'all have eaten greens and then you're like, before you know it, you gotta go to the bathroom? That's a good thing. Or you drink a green smoothie or any type of smoothie and you're like, oh, I go to the bathroom. That is a good thing. Do not run away from that. Listen, it's natural. It needs to happen. It's good for you. And it helps your heart as well. So vegetables being high in fiber, they lower your cholesterol. So the bad cholesterol that might be harbored in our bodies because blood pressure is too high or our weight is unmanageable, those things can be rectified by just increasing vegetables in our diets. And not just any vegetables, let's try to make them from a great source, and even raw. Raw vegetables are the best for depositing all of those nutrients into our bodies directly and They have the best content of fiber, highest content of fiber to help really move things along in our digestive system. So I encourage us eat more vegetables. Number 6, selfishness. Now it may seem that selfishness is just self-love, right? And some of us know that it's different from self-love. Those who are on this journey to love ourselves more and to appreciate ourselves and to, treat ourselves, we know that that's not necessarily selfishness, because the people who are usually on that journey are the people who are givers, who pour out a lot, who are always there for other people. So I'm not talking about that. But some people who don't have the propensity to give or to care about other people are dealing with selfishness, and that also keeps your heart empty. It keeps you from connecting to other people. When we don't connect with other people and are not generous, usually we're not receiving from other people, and usually we think that we got it all together, or we think that we have everything under control. These are control issues. These are things that you want to be independent, and that does not exist, because you came from a woman, and that woman ultimately came from God. When God created the heavens and the earth, he also created humans. And so we've always been dependent on the person before us to bring us into the world. We're dependent on them to help us to grow into the man and the woman that we become. And then we did how we need to operate as a society. So I encourage us to let go of selfishness, because it keeps our hearts empty as well. Because when everything is about me, there is no room for anybody else to give or for you to receive from. So let go of selfishness. It is not good for you. Lastly, number 7, not having a plan. And this could be in a lot of different ways. Not having a plan of action when it comes to maintaining your health. Not having a plan when it comes to maintaining your relationships in your life. Not having a plan when it comes to maintaining your relationship with God. All these things require a plan. We have to plan things out. Just like my husband always reminds me, to make anything happen in order, so that you know what to expect, so that you don't get years down the line and you're like, dang, I never did that. Man, wish I would have, been this type of person. I wish I would have reached out more. I wish now that person's gone. I can't even, man, we don't want those types of regrets. That also those regrets leave our hearts empty. So we don't want to do that or any of these things on this list. We want to make sure that our heart is open and able to be filled with good things, spiritually and physically. If you enjoyed this video and this has helped you, I hope that you become a subscriber and that you hear more of what the Lord has to tell us about how to live in divine health. This divine wellness journey that me and my husband have been on has been instrumental. It has been so fruitful for us to grow, not only in our relationship with each other, in our relationship with God, but in our relationship as a family with our children. We are able to love and live a family, and the friends of our children are even able to thrive because of the divine health that God is pouring into us, and we want to pour that into you. So if you want to learn more, please subscribe below. Thanks for watching.